Good day students. In this video lecture we will be seeing the introduction to evaluation of association patterns. So as you are aware, any data mining algorithm, in particular the association analysis, the evaluation of the approaches or strategies adopted is very much important, because until and unless we measure the goodness of a particular approach or the strategy which we have followed, there is no use of it applying it in the real time situation, however good the particular strategy or the approach is. So association analysis algorithms have the potential to generate a large number of patterns. A data set containing only 6 items can produce up to hundreds of association rules at certain support and confidence thresholds. As the size and dimensionality of the real-time commercial databases increases, definitely it will end up in thousands or millions of patterns. So getting the goodness of the patterns generated by these association analysis algorithms, rules or approaches must be evaluated properly, so that it creates some values for the business or value for the uh, particular problem solver. So scanning through the patterns to identify the most interesting ones is not a trivial task. Why? The reason is one person's trash might be another person's treasure. One person may think analyzing a certain pattern may be trash, but for other person it may be a treasure. So it all depends upon the perspective with which you are going to analyze a particular pattern and you create a value out of it. When you are doing that, evaluation of the association pattern becomes very much critical. You may come up or you may invent hundreds of analysis algorithms or rules, but ultimately if it is not going to create some value for your problem solving, it doesn't have any meaning. That is why we are going to see how the criteria can be set up to do the evaluation. So first set of criteria can be established through the statistical arguments. So always statistical arguments is extensively used in data mining to evaluate the goodness of the algorithms or goodness of the approaches. So these patterns involve uh, a specific way or formulae to evaluate the association analysis patterns. Suppose if we are having a patterns that involve a set of mutually independent items or cover a very few transactions, then it may be considered as uninteresting because they may capture a very spurious relationships in the data. Suppose say that if you are having a specific item which is present in only few transactions out of a million transaction, if it is present in 10 or 15 transactions or 100 transactions, then it may not have much value in your analysis. So such patterns can be eliminated by applying a objective interestingness measure that involves the statistics derived from the data to determine whether a pattern is interesting. So there are different ways in objective interesting or different metrics or objective interestingness, that is support, confidence, correlation, interest factor, IS. Like this there are various measures for doing that. We will look into that one by one in the future lectures, but this is the one set of criteria through the statistical analysis where you can decide whether the pattern is interesting or not. Second set of criteria can be established through the subjective arguments. A pattern is considered subjectively uninteresting unless it reveals unexpected information about the data or provides useful knowledge that can lead to profitable actions. For example, say that a rule butter implies bread may not be interesting because it is very much obvious despite having the high support and confidence values. It is not surprising for any analyzer. Those who buy the butter will purchase the bread. On the other hand, if you have a rule like diapers implies beef, then definitely it is an interesting, because the relationship is quite unexpected and may suggest a new cross-selling opportunity for retailers. So second set of criteria, basically it depends upon a subjective argument and the domain expertise. Most frequently occurring transactions, we are not interested in analyzing that, but any surprising patterns which supports the high confidence and support, in those rules we are interested. But the problem over here is incorporating subjective knowledge into pattern evaluation is a difficult task. The reason is it requires a considerable amount of prior information from the domain experts. The retailers need to hire the domain experts and understand what unexpected patterns they may get. So the second set of criteria is not so easy to do compared to the first set of criteria, which involves the statistical analysis, where you have a different metrics based on the statistics of the data, and directly you apply the formula or the formula for the specific metric and get the result. First set of criteria is very easy, since a specific formula is available for a particular metric, you can compute. But second set of criteria solely depends upon the domain experts or the knowledge of the domain experts. So let us see the approaches for incorporating the subjective knowledge into pattern discovery task. One thing is visualization. This approach requires a user-friendly environment to keep the human user in the loop. Until and unless you visualize the buying patterns or the purchase patterns of the human user, you cannot be, or we are not in a position to get exactly what they are going to do, or that surprising criteria will not come up. So it allows the domain experts to interact with the data mining system by interpreting and verifying the discovered patterns. So one thing is the visualization of the data available. Second one is template based approach. This approach allows the users to constrain the type of pattern extracted by the mining algorithm. So instead of reporting all the extracted rules, only rules that satisfy a user specified template are returned to the users. You need not report all the extracted rules, but which is specific or interesting to the users, you return it, so that you can get better patterns, or domain experts can get better patterns. Next, subjective interestingness measure. A subjective measure can be defined based on the domain information such as concept hierarchy or profit margin of items, which is subjectively selected by a particular retailer or a business entity. So you depend upon them and do the analysis. Rather than making the objective interestingness measure, you do the subjective interestingness measure. So measure can be used to filter the patterns that are obvious and non-actionable. So this is a brief introduction to evaluation of association patterns, that is why it is required, how it can be done, a general way of doing that. So in the future video lecture we will see the objective measures of interestingness, which is based on the statistics implemented on top of the data, and we will see the certain formula for each of the metrics, how to compute that and all that. So let us end this lecture over here. Thank you.